It's a great day to be rich. Say it with me. It's a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening. I am Vivian Rich, your host here at Live Richer with Ease. Let me ask you a quick question, rich friend. Are you asking for something right about now and you just haven't seen it materialize or manifest? You know, that's a word that we love to use these days. Manifest, and you're just wondering, when is it going to manifest? Why hasn't it manifested as of yet? Well, let me talk with you today. Let's talk a little bit. Come on in, have a seat, and let us know where you're coming from as you're coming in. What city, what state, what province, what country even that you are tuning in with us on. I am Vivian Rich, as I shared with you before. I'm your host here at Live Richer with Ease, where it is our intent here to help you harmonize life and business success with ease. I am super excited to share with you and go in with you today on this because we got some great conversations we're going to have, but also to share with you practical steps that you can utilize to get you from where you are today over to where you want to be and marry them together with ease. So go ahead and hit the like button on whichever platform you're on, as well as hit the share button. Most definitely sharing is caring because sharing helps others to know that we are here, as well as it helps the platform to know that we are serving our community in a special way with living richer with ease. And I thank you all for doing that. And those of you that continue to do so, we have special prizes and perks available to you as well. So as I was sharing, as our topic says, you get what you want. And a lot of times I know we're like, what? Vivian, how is it possible that I get what I want? If I get what I want, I wouldn't be wanting anything, right? I know I felt that way myself. And in fact, I had to catch myself on that and had an opportunity to work with and to process my energy around that conversation there of, getting what I want. Because, some of us want to have the freedom and flexibility of being able to come and go as we please, right? As well as the opportunity to have unlimited income, correct? And in some places, some people might say they just don't match, Vivian. It just don't match. You can't have freedom and flexibility and unlimited income. It just doesn't match like that. Some places and some people may actually see it that way. Well, over in our world, you can have both. You can have both with ease. And today I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that I'm using that are helping me to accomplish that. And I'm pretty sure you're going to find them very helpful in your experience as well. So I was going through this whole tangent thing for a while about how do I show up consistently and share with you things on my heart with regards to mindset, lifestyle improvement, and things of that nature, as well as how would I share with you about business matters and do it all from one single platform. I was just like, for a moment, have you ever experienced that before? Where you have two ideas and on the surface, they appear to be conflicting and they just can't work together in the same container or exposure to others. It just seems to be more difficult to do. Well, yeah, raise your hand. It seems that way. And a lot of times, you know what it is, right? We are working it in our head so much that we're spinning it and not allowing it to flow. I know. Yes, it happens to the best of us because we are brilliant people and most people admire us as high achievers with getting things done and that we don't ever, and they think we never experience any kind of, we get off, go in the weeds about something. Nonetheless, your girl was in the weeds. I was in the weeds about how do I incorporate the living richer with ease part of life with the structure profitable businesses part. It was just like conflicting because within me, and therefore it was communicated as a conflict, right? If we're not clear, no one else around us is going to get clear about what we want to experience if we're not clear. So that was one area I was just having a time with. And so what I asked to do, here it again, where it goes in. I was asking questions. And that's what I invite you to do. Ask questions. Whenever you're feeling like you're spinning and things are going around, ask questions, but ask the right questions. Okay. And you say, Vivian, the more questions I ask, the more I spend. Not necessarily so. It doesn't have to be that way, rich friend, at all. Ask more questions, meaning you need to take some time to sit with where you are, to realize, that's one of our methods we use in the in our rich signature method. Realizing where are you? Realizing when you can realize where you are, you can ask better questions and receive better answers. What you want, you can receive it then. And so I sat with and I asked the questions, and they didn't all come at one time like a download. I'm going to tell you that, rich friends, it happens. However, in this case, it was trickled in as I asked the question. I had another question. Anybody else like that? Anyone else like that? When you ask a question, sometimes you just need more. You got another question coming up, which is indicating that you need more information. And sometimes we translate that with if we don't ask the next question or don't know what the next question is, it actually can paralyze us into a fear state where we do not do anything and we don't realize who we really are. We don't realize that we're looping and we just stay right there in a very paralyzed state. It happens, but not to you, rich friends, not to you, because we're creating harmony here. So I was just like all over the place. And upon asking a couple of questions and receiving a couple of questions, I was able to actually create a brand guide, a whole brand guide. Of course, the information comes to us when we're clear of what we want. Clarity. Remember, that is so keen of being clear of what we want. So I was able to create this brand guide, and it caters to and it encapsulates all of who I am and what I like to share and what I like to be about and how I feel that I can be of most value to you. And so, with doing that, and since implementing this tool, it has been easier for me to harmonize my professional desires along with my personal desires for freedom and flexibility. So, that's one way it can come when you sit with it and give yourself an opportunity to hear. Now, some of us might actually be like, okay, Vivian, that's great. You got the business thing worked out and you said sit with it and you realize what's happening and getting some direction. However, Vivian, my thing is a little bit more, it needs a little bit more. Okay. It just needs a little bit more. Well, it's dealing with other people, Vivian. It's not so much as just me, it's other people. So we need a little bit more. Well, those of you that are dealing with other people, raise your hand. Raise your hand. If you're dealing with other people that sometimes make you forget that you are divinely protected and lavishly cared for, or that might jolt you a little bit and give you opportunity to expand, to grow, to become better, to become more loving, to become more confident, more courageous, raise both hands. Okay. Raise both hands if you're that person. I am all over it. Your girl also experienced things in that way because, as we know, when we know about different modalities, like different principles and laws, like law of attraction, we know that if I'm spinning in one area, it's also going to spin in another area, and it's going to have a domino effect in my entire experience. And that's what happens to you, rich friend. So if things are off the charts for you in one area, and you're only giving your attention over in that one area to that thing that's off the charts, trust and believe it's going to pick up momentum and it's going to make friends. And your world can seem chaotic. But that's not for you, rich friend, because you're here and we're going to learn. We're working on living richer with ease. That's our whole stride, right? We are living richer with ease. Comment living richer with ease. LR in the chat. LR in the chat if you're all about living richer with ease. Comment LR in the chat. Better yet, go ahead and just put in, come on, better yet, and just say rich. Just put rich in the chat. Put rich in the chat if you know that, because we are definitely rich. We're living richer with ease. Anyway, so in the personal area, things were spinning around. Certain things became more aware. I became more aware of it, as you will too, especially if it's something that's not working right because you had one area in business that wasn't working right and you didn't get the solutions, or you got some of the solutions to that. However, you still had that residue of energy of things not working right. And whenever we have a residue of energy of things not working right, it will pick up momentum and find some other things that's just not going to work right. Would you agree? Have you experienced that in your experience? Would you agree? Uh-huh. Someone says, yeah, girl, you all in my house. No worries. But we're gonna hopefully we can get everything sorted out for you so that you can enjoy your house. So there were some things going on in the personal realm with other people. And so what it took me to do, and I realized this, knowing where I am and my experiences here with regards to the tools that I teach in Living Richer with Ease and the whole principle of living richer with ease, I realized that I needed to sit with me, check in with me. So check in with me, because it couldn't have been all these other people. Because guess what? I am the common denominator that's having these issues. You have to own it, rich friends. You have to own it. Remember, I am. Remember, I am. And that's where your power comes in. That's another tool that we utilize in the rich and developing your rich signature. Realizing I am. I am. Okay. Where I am. I may not be where I want to be. I might not feel like what I want to feel like where I am, but I am. And guess what? And within knowing that, you are able to shift and move to another state of consciousness. That's right. That's what we do. And I was able to move to another state of consciousness. I was able to have loving conversations, although very sincere conversations. After I got me right, I was able to have authentic conversations with others that I truly care about, and having those quote unquote tough conversations in a sense, but with clarity, realizing that I am, and I was able to go into a state of consciousness and realizing what I want to see in this relationship, what I want to see in my working with these people and being in close proximity with them. I was able to go into that place of consciousness. And I invite you, rich friends, when you're having a situation with family or friends and other people, which you know, most times that's kind of where things seem to get off the rocker. What I said, do I sound correct in that saying that? So things tend to get off the rocker when there's other people involved, because they help to shine the light and let us know that we're off the rocker, really. They're just letting us know and reflecting back to us what we already got going on inside. So if you find yourself in that place, take inventory on yourself. That's the second thing you want to do. Sit with yourself, take inventory, and call on your I am. Call on your I am, what you're aware of, and move into, then the third thing you want to do is move into a state of consciousness. A state of consciousness is representative in our emotions. What we can call different emotions are different states of consciousness. Consciousness in our world means awareness. Awareness. See, that's the thing. A lot of times we're just not aware that we have what we want. Am I the only one? Sometimes, how many people have asked for a particular employment opportunity or particular position, or even better health, or even asked for a relationship or increased finances? How many? Have you ever asked for that? Put rich in the chat if you've ever asked for any of those things. Rich, 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 rich. Well, by placing rich in the chat, you're letting us know you're here. We're having a conversation, okay? We're having a conversation. Rich. So if you've done those things and you've realized that, you know, you've asked for these things, however, you somewhere along the way forgot about them. Somewhere along the way, your awareness shifted into another state of consciousness. So I want to invite you, when you're experiencing some less than happy times or in harmony in your experience, get conscious of what you want. Get conscious and clear about it. Meaning, I want to feel good. If that's what all you can say, I want to feel good or I want to feel better. Or, just get conscious about it. Get some consciousness around that. So then now you'll start to get some pictures and some ideas of what it looks like, what it feels like. How can it be different for you? How can your experience change? And of course, once you get that consciousness and you get some ideas about it, oh, baby, you're on your way to be rich. It's happening real quickly, rich. You're going to actually start to get some downloads of some aligned actions, okay? Aligned actions. Have you all been that person and just been circling around? You like, okay, I'm just going to raise my hand and share and tell you a little bit here. I've been wanting to come to you since this morning. I've been wanting to come and have this conversation with you since this morning. However, because I was not clear on some things and I was kind of scattered brain, as you may experience when you're chasing your tail. You ever experience that day? Or as my mom would say, that's called pitter-patting around today. I'm just pitter-patting around today. That means you're doing the same thing. You're touching the same sheet of paper. You're touching the same, you're having the same conversation with the same people or different people over and over and over and over again. However, you're just not getting anywhere and seeing the productivity. It could be because, you're hungry, you're sleepy, all the different things physically that's happening. But most importantly, what's happening that's not physical, that's not happening in your body, that creates that situation, at least where I notice what happens within myself when that happens, is because there's split energy. The energy is over here and over there. It's in two different directions. It's not in alignment. And when our energy is in alignment, honey, we are unstoppable. There is nothing we can't be, do, or have when our energy is completely in alignment. So here's the thing. You've gotten a couple of different steps so far if you've been with me. And if you haven't been from the beginning, get an opportunity to rewind it when we finish, go back and listen to it again and get the steps that bring you up to this moment here. You've got a couple of different tools that you've gotten today that you can actually implement, and which we call rich, to help you be rich, to help you live richer with ease. And so that you can have harmony in your business success as well as in your life. They marry together very nicely. I'm doing it. And some days I wobble, but trust and believe, I get back up and I know where I fell off as I shared with you today, how things have happened. So I'm here because I aligned my energy. This is what is important to me. This is what will happen. And I took the aligned actions. There were things I needed to get together on the back end to deliver. And of course, there was some things that just really popped up, and they would be considered, some people would say, I'm not going to do it. It's too much. But nonetheless, it was easy to persevere, in a sense, as if you want to use that word, or to move forward in action, because it was aligned action. It was aligned action, and I was able to move forward and go ahead and move in that direction to show up and do all the things that was necessary to be present with you today. So I hope you found some value in what I've shared with you today with regards to creating your rich signature. And this is a program we go more in depth in our Live Richer with Ease Society, where we work together and developing your own rich signature, as well as helping you to practice. Because, sometimes you might know the things, but you forget the things when you're in the thing, right? You ever experience that? You know the thing, but you forget the things to do and the ways of being when you're in the thing. And that happens, right? Okay. Yes. That's where many people say a coach needs a coach, right? To help see the blind spots. Well, we work with you in a community of high achievers that want to harmonize their life as well as their business success because they don't want to sacrifice. We don't have to sacrifice one for the other. We can have both. We can live richer with ease. And if you want to learn more about this and you're really ready to harmonize your professional excellence with your personal freedom, then I want to invite you to click the link below this video and learn more about Live Richer with Ease Society. Learn more about what we have going on there and how we can be of support to you in a more intimate way, as well as to help you accelerate this process of actually harmonizing it. Because, life is too short, right? Life is too short for just chasing your tail. We don't have time for that. So you just go ahead and click the link below, and I will share with you more information about the Live Richer with Ease Society when you click that link below. But before we leave, I love to leave you with an affirmation. I love to give you the good news, okay? For those of you that are new and have not heard the news, hang in here with me and just repeat after me as I go with it. And then you'll get to create your own news as well. I'm looking forward to hearing you share that, your own news. And so what we call it the news is because we're going to go north, east, west, and south. And we're going to bring it in. All right. We're going to affirm ourselves because today is a great day to be rich. It is, most certainly. It's a great day to be rich. But we're going to bring it from the north. We are the head. I am the head. Say this about yourself. I am the head and not the tail. We're bringing in from the east. Money loves me and I love money. Bringing in from the west. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars comes to me easily and effortlessly every single day. Then we're going to bring it in from the south. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, free with loving, caring relationships. Thank you, God, in me. And today is a great day to be rich. Have a spectacular one, rich friend. Until next time.